this session we're just going to find songs to sing to old songs. Yeah, till you guys start following me. I listened to this song yesterday and I'm loving it. No, I like this one. Guys, what type of content should I be doing on my YouTube channel? Please talk to me. And please, if you're just passing by, just subscribe. Because I'm asking, like, what type of content do you think I should be doing on my channel? Because I need to reach 4,000 watch hours, which I've not been able to attain. So if you could help me, I would be so grateful. Like, if you could subscribe to my channel, continue sharing. Um, it would take me a long way. Yes. So how is everybody doing? Welcome to my channel. I am Grace Muthoni. I'm Kenyan. My age is personal, but you can guess. Oh, you come from Rwanda. Hello. Hey, Genny. Man. Let me just call you Eric so that I don't like. Please just subscribe to my channel. You don't like what? My friend, what don't you like? If you don't like being here, I beg, walk. You guys can just support me by liking, subscribing to my channel. And all the haters that are here, please get out of my channel. Anyway, what type of content do you think I should be doing so that I can, I can get 4,000 watch hours? That's all I need. I just need 4,000 watch hours. Guys, please talk to me. So today I'm gonna be reading for you a story time about Joy, the unwanted child, and let's see. Joy was born on a quiet night, the kind of night where the world seemed to be holding its breath. But there was no celebration when she arrived. No laughter, no warm embraces, only silence. Her mom turned her face away. Her father never came to see her. They said she was a mistake, an accident, a burden. So they named her Joy. But there was no joy in the room. Growing up, Joy learned very quickly that love was not something freely given. While other children were held, she was left alone. While others were praised, she was ignored. Why was I born? She would whisper to herself at night. She tried everything to be seen. She cleaned, she helped, she stayed quiet when she was hurting. Still, nothing. At school, weren't much better. Other children could sense the emptiness she carried. They would be like, "You're weird. You are unwanted." Their words echoed the truth that she feared the most. So Joy built walls around her heart. If no one wanted her, she would learn not to need anyone. Years passed. One day, while sitting alone under a tree, an old woman approached her. "Why do you look so sad, child?" she asked gently. Joy shrugged. "Because I was never wanted." The woman smiled, not with pity, but with understanding. "Do you know why your name is Joy?" she asked. Joy shook her head. "It's because one day you'll become what no one gave you." Those words stayed with her. For the first time, Joy began to see herself differently. Not as a mistake, but as a story still to be written. She started small. She smiled at strangers. She helped those who felt invisible. She became the kindness she never received. And slowly, something changed. People began to notice her, not out of obligation, but because of the light she carried. Years later, Joy stood in a room filled with children who felt just like she once did, forgotten, unloved, unwanted. Thank you for commenting about my hair. I couldn't help but notice. Hi, Michael. And where are you from? Thank you for noticing my hair. I'm continuing with the story. The title is Joy the Unwanted Child. She knelt beside them and said softly, "I know how it feels, but you're not a mistake." And in that moment, she realized something powerful. She was never unwanted. She was chosen to bring joy into places where it doesn't exist. So, the moral of the story is sometimes the ones who feel least loved grow up to give more love. Yeah, that's the moral of the story. Kisses. Kisses. I'm looking for a certain novel. Just a minute. Uh, just a minute. Uh, Let me 1 minute. If you ever felt unwanted, if you've ever felt unloved, just know that you're not a mistake. Okay. I beg, remove it. I don't know why I can't find what I'm looking for. Sorry. Go. These are the type of books that I want to be reading. You are not alone. So these are the short stories. Have you been to Jesus for the cleansing power you washed? Blood open up, by your garments, spotless ever white as snow. In a true I am the Malenga, Emmanuel, see you I am. Only you appear much my alien. Just so the Johnson, my kingdom. It's a pizza, take a what I'll be reading for you. Oh my goodness. I'm live and I forgot. I went into my own things. How is everybody? I'm gonna be reading a story for you. I want to read a story for everybody, so you better sit down. Um, so I'm gonna give you a story about not giving up. So you should not give up no matter what you're going through in your workplace, in your academic life, in your whichever career you've chosen, you should not give up. So I begin. The sun had not yet risen when Amara stepped onto the dusty roads, her shoes worn thin and her heart even thinner. She had failed again. The letters were cramped in her hand. Another rejection. Another with regret to inform you. Another reminder that the dream she had carried since childhood seemed to drift farther away every single day. Amara had always wanted more, not fame, not riches, just more than the life she had been handed. Growing up in a small town where expectations were low and opportunities were even lower, she dared to imagine something different. While others settled, she stretched. While others accepted, she questioned. But dreaming came at a cost. Every attempt she made to move forward was met with resistance. When she applied for scholarships, rejected. When she started a small business, it failed within months. When she tried again, people laughed. Maybe it's not meant for you, they would say. Just accept what you have. Those words echoed louder on mornings like this. She sat by the roadside, staring at the horizon, wondering if they were right. Maybe she was chasing something that wasn't hers. Maybe persistence was another word for stubbornness. For the first time in years, she considered giving up completely. She closed her eyes, letting the weight of failure settle in. It was heavy, but strangely comforting, like finally putting down a burden she had carried too long. Then she had something, laughter. Not, not mocking laughter, but light, carefree, almost hopeful. She turned and saw a young boy trying to ride a bicycle. He wobbled, fell, got up, and tried again. His knees were bruised, his elbow scraped, but he kept going. Amara watched closely. "Why don't you stop?" she called out gently. The boy looked at her confused. "Stop what?" "Trying. You keep failing." He shrugged as if the answer was obvious. "Because I want to ride." "But it hurts, doesn't it?" "Yeah," he said, smiling. "But I'll get it." There was no doubt in his voice, no fear, no hesitation, just belief. Amara felt something shift inside of her. When had she lost that? When had trying become something to be ashamed of? When had failure started to feel like the end of part, the end of a part instead of the journey? She looked up at the crumbled letter in her hand again, and for the first time, it didn't feel like a verdict. It felt like a step. She stood up, slowly, brushing the dust off her clothes. The road ahead was still long. The challenges hadn't disappeared. The rejections would probably continue. But something inside of her changed. She wasn't done. Not yet. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months. Amara tried again, this time differently. She learned from her past mistakes. She asked for help. She adapted. She failed again, but less painful. Then she failed again, but smarter. Each setback became a lesson. Each lesson became strength. There were nights she cried, days she doubted, moments she almost quit. But she remembered the boy. Fall, get up, try again. Fall, get up, try again. Fall, get up, try again. Slowly, something began to shift. One application turned into an interview. One idea turned into a small success. One connection opened a door she didn't even know existed. It wasn't overnight. It wasn't easy, but it was happening. Years later, Amara stood in a place she once thought it was impossible. Not because she was the most talented, not because she never failed, because she didn't stop. When people asked how she made it, she would smile and say, I didn't win because I was the best, I won because I refused to quit. And somewhere in a quiet street, a little boy was learning how to ride, failing, rising, and moving forward, just like she said. So the moral of the story is you don't need to be perfect. You need to keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep moving. Move. Move. Fall. Get up and try again. So if you keep falling, you get up and you try again. Bye, people.